Dear students, welcome and thank you for tuning in to this video. This is the third video of lecture 2 of the product design development course that we're teaching. We are still talking about the generic product development process and what are the phases in that process. In this video, I'm going to focus on one of these phases, which is the concept development phase, and we're going to explain what is the front end process. Toward the end of the video, we're going to talk about the reasons for well-defined and structured development process. If you remember from the previous video, in our lecture, we talked about the generic product development process. We started with the planning and we ended up with the production ramp up. And we talked about all the tasks and activities in each of these phases. I want to put the lens to magnify the concept development phase, which is the second phase. This phase, when it starts, we assume that we have completed the planning phase and we have our mission statement. We're going to go into more details about this, the first phase in class. But when we meet in person. But now I want to focus more on the concept development. So let's assume that we did our research, we did our surveys, we have some data from end users and target customers, and we would like to look at the concept development phase, which is the second phase. So within this phase, we have these stages, which we call the front end process. So we started in after we have our mission statement. So all of these boxes that you see in the schematic and the top and of this slide are actually part of the concept development phase. So those are sub phases of the concept development phase, and you can see that we are going from left to right. So we start with identify customer needs, then we establish target specification, all the way up to the last stage, which is plan downstream development. And then we have the development plan. That's the output of this phase, which is the concept development phase. You can see also that we have some arrows in blue at the top of each box, which mean those are that we have an iterative process and that you can always go back and review what you have done to make sure that everything actually in place. Within these processes, you can see we have also three different rows with different colors, in which we have perform economic analysis, and then we do benchmark competitive products, which means that we are going to compare we'll look at the competitors and see what they have in their specifications and how much, or what are we going to provide that is different from the competitive products. And then we will do build and test models and prototype. So all of these actually are part of the concept development phase. So it's going to be a long one when we do this for when you do this for your product, the semester long project. So let's start with them. I want to touch base on some important tasks and activities in each of these sub phases of the concept development phase. So in the first stage, identifying customer needs, we need to understand, we need to communicate. So we need to get feedback from end users. So whatever project you're selecting, you need to be able to identify some users to communicate with, or target users. We need to have something called need statements, and I will do in the class where we will learn how to write a need statement and what is a need statement. We will create also weightings for the statements to see which one is more important than the other. And we will also try to learn how to identify latent needs, which are the needs that the user actually need, but they don't know that they don't know how to phrase it explicitly. In the second phase, which is establishing target specifications, we will be focusing on what to do. We need to now translate the need statements into technical terms. As engineers, we should be able to do that. We will set our target or our objectives and hopes, and we will need to be also consistent with the constraints. We need to be able to put objectives and constraints. We will create lists, metrics, and we will identify something called marginal values, which are, if you look at the competitors in the field, you can identify what, for a specific metric, what is the minimum and the maximum value available, and then you will identify something called ideal value, which is what is the target that everybody trying to achieve. and we'll see can we get closer or further away from these values. So this is going to be another important stage in the development process. After that, we will start with your project working on the concept generation, which is the most exciting part of the process, in which we're going to explore the technological space for all available technologies that can be used. We do external search, internal searches, and I will explain what does that mean. And then we will in the class, and then we will do creative problem solving. And this is where innovation and creativity comes in. We will have systemic exploration. There is a way and a process to follow. We're going to do to learn how to do this, and hopefully at the end of this phase, you will have 10 to 20 different, fundamentally different concepts for your idea or your project. We will do some sketches. We will write text, and this is also this is going to be the focus of chapter 7 of the textbook. I mentioned this before. I like the textbook. It's well written, and you can follow it, and you should be able to complete your task successfully. After the concept generation, we will do something called concept selection. So we will analyze the concepts that we have developed, that you have developed with your group, and you will start the elimination process. So you will start eliminating, we created 20 concepts. We will now focus on the most important ones. So we'll identify the advantages and disadvantages, and we will do this iteratively multiple times until we reach an agreement on one or two concepts that we want to move to the next stage and develop. And that is the concept testing stage. We will have these one or two concepts. We're going to test and see if they're meeting the customer needs. We will assess the market potential, and we will get some responses from our customers. And we will see if we need to go ahead with these concepts, or we want to terminate them and repeat the process again of the generation and selection. Then we will, if we agreed on one of the concepts or two of the concepts to move forward in the process, we will start setting final specifications. So we will revisit the initial specifications and the metrics that we have identified and our marginal values and ideal values. And we will do technical modeling, which means testing our model using simulations. We will look at the limitations and trade-offs between cost and performance at this stage, and that is covered in chapter 6 of the textbook. After that, we will do project planning. You can see that the planning is actually, we can start at the beginning of the project, but also at this stage we need to have final activity, a list of final activities, detailed development schedule. We will try to minimize time. It's optimization. At this stage we're doing optimization. We will identify resources, and we will write the contract book to move forward based on all the knowledge that we have so far. After that, we'll do some economic analysis. We'll do modeling, economic models, trade-offs. We will create a cash flow table, and we will learn about how to do something called sensitivity analysis. After that, we will do the benchmarking and competitive products. We need to look at what other products in the market are available, and how the patents, and we will do some customer reviews and see if we are still on the right track or not. And this is a process that should go from the beginning toward the end of the project. Modeling and prototyping, that's the last stage. We will do various forms. We need to create prototypes to prove the concept and look at the feasibility of creating it. We can have form only, which is just a structure. We can have cardboard prototypes or foam prototypes just for style. We will have our trade-offs, the spreadsheet of the trade-offs, and we will look at how to test the models that we've created. And as I mentioned, this could be along the entire time of the project. So hopefully this is a quick overview of that the concept development phase of the product design development, the entire process that we're going to follow. There's a lot of activities, a lot of things that we need to do, and we're going to be describing and learning about each of these activities and tasks, as well as we're going to be doing the activities and tasks in the in-person sessions. The last thing I want to touch base on in this video is actually talking about the reasons of why we need a well-defined and structured process to be able to successfully design and develop our product. So the first thing is that quality assurance. As you have seen in the video and the description of the process, we have phases and checkpoints. It's always good for quality assurance. Also, we have a coordination because we have a master plan and we have roles for each member of the team along the process throughout the entire project time. Planning, we have, as I mentioned before, we have checkpoints. Those can be milestones as well. The timing and the schedule, everything is clear. Also, we have management, a very clear management that is going to assess the performance and it could be comparing with the products and competitors, and will be identifying problems because we continuously keep evaluating and reflecting on our process. And the last thing, because we have documentations, we can always review them and improve our performance and our design. For all these reasons, it's really very important to have a well-defined and structured process when we design and develop product. I hope that is clear, and I'm excited actually for these exciting steps to do and the exciting projects that you will be selecting. So hopefully that was help. That is now we have a clear idea about what we're going to be doing in the first phase of the product design development process. Thank you for watching, and till the next video. Bye.